Hey guys, in this video, I'm just gonna reiterate what we covered in orientation just about the macro counting. So remember, all that we count here is we make nutrition really simple. You have a protein list, a carbs list, a fats list, and a free vegetables list in your orientation guide. What we count is called direct macro counting. So if it's on the protein list, you only count the protein. If it's on the fat list, you only count the fat. If it's on the carbs list, you only count the carbs, and you don't count anything as the free vegetables. That's why they're free. So you're going to get a number, or you should have a number if you're watching this video, about your macros. So if, for instance, your macros are 160 and 80, let's say you get them back and week one is no carbs, right? So you're not gonna pick foods off the carbs list. That does not mean that you're not eating carbohydrates. It just means that you're not gonna be choosing foods from that list. So you're only gonna be choosing foods from the protein list and the fat list, okay? I want to break this down so that you really understand it properly. Direct macros. So this is how this would work. If you go down the fat list, you're going to notice peanut butter's on the fat list. When you turn over a can of peanut butter, you're going to see that there's about 7 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, but there's 17 grams of fat. Because it's on the fats list, we're only going to count the fat and we're going to ignore everything else on the list, okay? So literally turn it over. Ignore everything but what it's under. So if it's on the fats list, when you're trying to read the nutrition label, turn it over, find the fat. That's how much is in a serving. That's all you need to know. Same thing with lean ground turkey. So if you turn over one of the Genio packs of lean ground turkey, you'll notice it has about 6 grams of fat and 22 grams of protein, okay? Again, because it's on the protein list, we're only gonna count the protein. So when you turn over that label, you find out it's roughly 22 grams of protein for 4 ounces of turkey. Cool. You ignore everything else. That's all that you have to do when you're counting your macros, okay? If you need help with meal planning, that's a separate video in this same playlist, but I wanted to cover exactly what direct macro counting is. So, really quickly, if let's say you got your numbers back and it was 160 and 80, okay, how much protein would you need if you divided your meals by 4? You'd need 40 in each. So for this, you would probably need about 2 servings to hit your 40 grams of protein. So that would be roughly 8 ounces. Again, like we talked about, you're not gonna be hungry on our program. You're eating a ton of food, but it's nutritionally dense, not calorically. And that's why you're going to be losing fat during this program.